What is up, everyone? A little different video today, switching gears. Got all set up out in the field here. Gonna be doing some gun reviews. Today I'm going to be doing something that most of you probably don't even know exists. So this massive thing right here, it is a suppressor. It is a 12 gauge suppressor, 12 inches long, absolutely huge. Most people don't even realize that they make suppressors for 12 gauges. This thing is an absolutely massive unit. One of the biggest complaints about shotguns is how loud the blast is. This should substantially decrease that. Let's see if it actually does. And they claim to decrease perceived recoil. So let's get shooting, see what it actually does, and see how accurate it is. Just unsuppressed first. So when it comes to the suppressor, you have to buy a special choke tube, which has this adapter and this wrench on it. This is how you get it to tighten down, because this is where the suppressor actually sits. And then it tightens up against the bottom there, so it's not flapping around if you want to run this just normally. You can see here you replace the choke tube with the special one that just tightens down on this unit. So then this just slides in just like that. You kind of short up straight, and then you just tighten that down, and that's what the spanner wrench is for. As you can see, it adds a massive amount of front end to this shotgun. It is a little bit heavy, so that does add a little bit of weight to it as well. So as you can see, it adds a considerable amount of length and weight to the front end, so the balance of this is definitely more front end. So let's see how this shoots. Help if I load it. Get a little bit more back pressure, a little bit more carbon buildup. You can see already in there, but most suppressors will do that. First couple shots, just like any suppressor, you can see smoke and more carbon buildup there than normal, but you really get that with a lot of suppressors. You can see it's just still smoking as it's coming out the back. This is warm, but not as warm as what I thought it would be, so that's a good sign. Me, perceived recoil, it felt a little less, but I don't know if that was just, you know, placebo effect or not, but it felt smoother other than the few misfeeds, simply because of all that back pressure, all that powder coming back in. It did misfeed, so that is something to watch out for. But overall, I mean, it sounded quieter to my ear, but when you're shooting, you don't really notice how loud something actually is, so I'll watch the film and see if it's actually quieter. And while we're on this topic, when it comes to the Benelli, this one does have a mag tube extender. Otherwise, it can normally fit 5. This one fits 9. But now, shotgun shell size does matter. Just because it says 2 3/4 or 3-inch shells does not mean it's actually how big they are. These are 2 3/4 shells. These expanding ones that I hunt with, and they are the same size as some marked 3-inch shells, and then 2 3/4-inch shells. Some are smaller than others. So depending, like here, I'll show you. Both of these shells are marked 2 3/4. As you can see, this one is substantially smaller than that one. So if you load the gun with this one, you get 9. If you load the gun with this one, you only get 8, because it just takes up that much more room. One thing I mentioned earlier, which didn't quite explain, is called a ghost reload. So there's a lot of videos out there, but we'll explain it here real fast. So basically, it's getting all these shells, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, into this gun. You don't believe me? Let's show you. So first we'll load the magazine. 1, get them all in my 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 in the magazine tube. I got 2 more in my pocket. Now, you try to see, nothing else goes into the magazine. One goes into the chamber. So as you guys see, you got one of the mag, we'll take it out. Put this one back in there. So now just back 2 into my hand. So we'll pull this, but don't pull it all the way. Take one out of the hand. You'll stick it in here, and then you'll push it down like that. So it's hidden. I don't know if you can see it, but it's hidden down there. You take this one and stick it straight into the chamber. So then when the bolt comes forward, it doesn't bring that bottom one up. So that bottom one's still sitting there. And they got the 7 down here, and that's 9. And that's how you ghost reload. Now this will reload. It will continue to shoot. First time I did this, I didn't think it was going to do it. But having one down there doesn't inhibit the gun from cycling or anything like that. All right, so I did put the suppressor on. No ear pros, because if I'm going to hunt with these rounds and this gun, hog hunting, stuff like that, I want to see actually how much it's going to blast my ears. So to prove to you it's still ghost reloaded. So one in the chamber, one still down there. Other videos I've seen of ghost reloads look like they were just cut just a little bit. I don't like that. So ghost reloaded, no ear pros. I'm going to try to shoot it and see, and show you guys that it still cycles. So back up. Right there. Too quick. It's no longer down there, but we are in the chamber. But that thing shoots. That thing is a lot quieter. Now, it is loud, so don't think it's not loud. But for a shotgun blast, substantially quieter. So let's just finish off a few more, try to get it sighted in a little bit better. So at 25 yards, those expanding ones look like they're having trouble flying. You can see 2 there, a couple there. You can see it. This is actually hitting sideways. So these are supposed to fly straight in and make a perfect circle like that. But you can see these are turning midair and hitting sideways. So that is not good. You can see that's perfect outline of it sideways, doing the exact opposite of what this round needs to do. They need to make perfect circles like this, hit, and then expand. If they're going in perfectly sideways like this, not good. How you know they're going in sideways, because look at this, that is just a kind of plug there that separates the powder from the shell, and right there, that is the perfect shape. So they are flying, not true. That is a little disappointing, because those are the most expensive rounds that I have shotgun wise. They're designed to impact, expand. It makes multiple wound channels, the main slug, and then 7 kind of projectiles that go off and just make massive cavitation. But if they're flying at an angle, they're not doing what they're supposed to. So, you know, that's disappointing. Not sure if they're old. Some of those are old, some of those are new, but we definitely do not need them hitting sideways. Now, that is a very big round still hitting them, so it's probably going to do a lot of damage, but it's not going to do the intended damage that we're looking for. But now, one good thing about those rounds is they do fly through the suppressor. Now, one thing that Salvo does say with the suppressor is not to have anything with flight-controlled wads, basically buckshot, birdshot, that expand the wad to help it fly true. Anything like that will hit the suppressor as it's going through. So yeah, just something to watch for coming up, shooting more. I got some birdshot in here too. We've done bugshot and slugs. Slugs I'm just trying to sight in, so I didn't film that one. But we will grab the birdshot, shoot that a little bit, and finish off the suppressor. It is kind of warm, so actually I'm going to let it cool down a little bit before I do anything else. All right, guys, so let's wrap this up. Overall, I do really like the Salvo 12. Much quieter. Unfortunately, it does put a lot more weight on the muzzle of the shotgun. So especially if you have a long shotgun or an unbalanced shotgun, you're really going to feel that. That one is in the 12-inch configuration. You can see here the full configuration. Now, these are adjustable. You have to buy new rods, which you see here, which fit, and you can bring it down to 8. Basically, all these come apart. You can bring it down into a shorter configuration, which does really help the overall weight of it. Now, like I said, overall, it is nice. A little bit too much weight on the front end, but if you're bigger, stronger, or the shotgun's smaller, you won't really feel it all that much, but balance might be thrown off a little bit. But with being able to shorten it down to 8 inches, even less than that, I wouldn't go less than 8 because you're not going to get the sound deadening that you really want. I think overall, it is a nice addition to a shotgun, especially a home defense shotgun, to where if you're shooting indoors or anything like that, just absolutely blow your eardrums off. This will help alleviate any of that. So that's it. Keep it here. A lot of car stuff coming, a lot of gun stuff coming. Hopefully we can keep on these reviews. I really enjoy doing them. Hopefully you guys do too, but I'll see y'all soon.